Morning everyone, it's Audrey, Stitchy 42. It is Monday, the 9th of September, 2019. 2 years ago, yesterday, I was sitting here at my kitchen table. It was early morning. I was in my pajamas. I was drinking a cup of coffee. I had no makeup on. My hair was pulled back. And I was working on a project and I thought, I want to share this. So I grabbed my phone and I recorded a video. And I had no idea if anybody was going to watch my video. I had no idea if anybody was going to like that video. I had no idea if anyone would subscribe or if they would comment. And here I am 2 years later, and I'm blown away that totally unprepared for, unrehearsed, spontaneous video started a journey that has enriched my life. I have met so many wonderful people because I wanted to share that project. What was that first project? Well, I had found a pattern, and of course I didn't read the instructions that said it was supposed to be stitched 1/2 on 40 count. So instead I grabbed a piece of fabric and I was doing 2/2 on 28, and then I realized maybe I could use it to cover a book. This book. That pattern that I was working on was a witch's magical brew, a witch's magical book of brews and potions. And the idea that I had gotten in my mind, because I'd had the front stitched, was that I wanted to use it as a cover on a real book. So I had this book out and I was using red floss to make running stitches where the spine would be so that I could place the spine in the correct spot, and more red stitches around the back where the edges and the top would be so that I could line up the back so that when I had it all done, I would have my witch's magical book of brews and potions. I had no clue what I was doing, either with the video or with this pattern. It's kind of how I do things sometimes. Fortunately for me, this worked out, and doing the videos has worked out. 2 years. I did that first one. I didn't know if anyone would watch, like, subscribe, comment. And you have. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has watched my videos, who has liked my videos, who have commented, who have subscribed. This past month, I have gained a lot of new subscribers, and thank you. Thank you so much, because whether I have met you in person or whether I have not met you in person, each of you has enriched my life in some way, shape, or form. And I am so unbelievably grateful to be part of this community and to have a chance to get to know some of you. And hopefully in the future to meet more of you. So, what have I been doing these last couple of weeks? I got some finishes. Coming up the first weekend of November is Acorns and Threads Fall Fling. She does 2 retreats a year. Sometimes two retreats a year. This year she did spring fling, and then she's doing fall fling. Sometimes instead of doing spring fling, she'll have a special class with a designer. I went to fall fling last year, and I'm going to fall fling again this year. It's already full and there's already a waiting list. But a couple of months ago, up at one of the meetups, Stephanie, Stitch Goes My Heart, made a comment that the exchange at Fall Fling was an ornament this time. Apparently I didn't read the email. Yeah, because I had something planned for my exchange piece and instead I had to change it. Fortunately for me, I had bought the Just Cross Stitch Halloween. So much good stuff in here. And I found a pattern in there called Halloween Hen. And here's my finish on Halloween Hen. The fabric that I used was a 14 count Aida. It's a lakeside linen Aida. It's printed on one side, so the back of it was white. I had got it because I was going to do a mystery stitch along, and after I got the first two patterns, I decided I really didn't like the overall pattern, so I kept the fabric knowing that I would use it for something else, and apparently this is what I needed it for. This is the Halloween Hen. I stitched a chicken. Me. That's just cats, maybe. Chickens? Whatever. Anyway, so I decided that I would make this into a little ornament. And because I don't know how to make cording, I know Vonna has a fantastic tutorial on it. I decided to weave the cording that I used. I bought this kit for my granddaughters a couple of years ago and worked with them on making some floss bracelets. And then I thought, I could use this. I could do, finish some ornaments and stuff with that. And the very first ornament that I made using one of Vanna's tutorials, I made a braided cord like this. Everything you need is inside the box. It comes with a bunch of floss. It comes with 2 flowers that you use for weaving your pattern. It has the instructions to use. You cut 8 lengths of floss, longer than you are going to need because you're going to weave it. You put the floss, you put your 8 strands of floss coming through where the dots are, so you have 8 there, and it's real simple. Take your top left, put it down bottom right. Take your bottom left, move it up to the top right, quarter turn, top left, down to bottom right, bottom left, up to top right, quarter turn, and you keep doing that. Real simple. The floss that I was using to do this was floss that had been gifted to me, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who sent it to me. Weeks Dye Work Trick or Treat, and it has browns and oranges and yellows in there. So I found 2 DMC colors, 3853 and 3822, to complement those. 4 lengths of this, 2 of this, 2 of that. Used this wheel, and I wove a piece about 18 inches long, and then I simply glued it onto the sides. And the fabric on the back, I thought really complements it too. So this is going to be my exchange piece for Fall Fling. Then another piece that I was stitching and I got finished was antique locks and keys. You know, I speak really good until I'm recording a video, and then it's the way it works. Shakespeare's Peddler. There you go. This is my finish here. I've already sent the pattern on to Stacy, Postal Stitcher, somebody who I met along my journey. And this is on 32 count. Picture this plus ale, and I used Gemmo Arts Black Crow. The way that Teresa had it finished on the picture, she had some lace down at the bottom, but she'd put white lace down there. I decided that I wanted to do the black lace. And then if you look up here, I have these two embellishments. I have a lock and a key that Vikki, Stitch and Buttons, another person who I've met on my journey, not in real life, she sent me those, and I decided to add them onto that to embellish it. And then I just finished it as a pillow and just used simple black fabric on the back. But I think this is really, really cute. And I know that Barb and Leanne have a stitch along going on right now. The Antique Locks and Keys Sal. I did the pre-sal. It happens. But I think that this is a really cute finish there. And I have one more finish. So, remember in my last video when I was telling you about Headmistress Audrella's School of Stitch Witchery and Victorina doing the flyby and falling off her broom and landing in the soup and haunting the cauldron? Well, the pattern is called Witch Soup. And I finished stitching it last night. So here's my finished piece. I dyed this Ada using liquid grit dye, blues and purples, and I think that this is just gorgeous. There are a lot of stitches in this cauldron. A lot of stitches in this cauldron. Now, if you look at the pattern here, there's more bats and they are further out than I have them stitched on my piece. The reason that I did that is because a while back I had bought these frames at Michael's. They're little balsa wood frames, and I decided that I wanted to use this as the frame for this piece. So I took, let me see if I can get you situated there. I took that upstairs and I kind of figured out how big I could make this piece, and then I just moved some of the bats around so that it will fill that in there. Now, on my journey for these past 2 years and meeting people, Vikki is somebody who I have never met in real life, and somehow we discovered that we have a really good banter that goes back and forth with each other. We're both just a little bit snarky and sarcastic, and I love her to bits for it. So when I told my story, a few days later I got something in the mail from her, and when I got this in the mail, I laughed. Oh my God, I laughed, because she said I killed her in my video, and my reply was that I was already dead in hers, because history of magic, you know, history of magic. She sent me a needle minder that says R.I.P. It's a tombstone, rest in pieces. She embellished it with 2019 on the top and Victorina on the bottom. So when I finish this in here, this needle minder is going to be attached somewhere on the frame, because how can I not keep those together? I just love the way this piece turned out. I like the way the story has evolved. I like Vikki. I like her a lot. So anyway, I got this finished. I got 3 projects finished. And then I was looking through here and it's like, well, I need to start something else. And I found a couple of different patterns. Now I have to figure out what page they're on. Okay. There's this one, Home Sweet Haunted Home. And this one on the next page, Welcome to Our Haunted House. I really, really like both of those. And looking at them last night, I'm thinking between the 2 of them, I'm probably going to stitch this one because I like the letters. So I was all ready to go ahead and kit that up and get going on that. And then I found another one, and let me find it on the back here so I know which page to go to. Mm-hmm. 67. This one. It's called Spooky Stitching. That is a cute, cute pattern, except for the spider. But here in the middle, I was looking at it, and it says Witch Stitch. And that was what pretty much decided it for me. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to reverse the words, and I'm going to make it say Stitchy Witch. And under here where the X's are at, I'm going to put a 42 because I can. So I went upstairs this morning, and it only calls for 3 colors. Last year up at Lisa's house, we had that stitching weekend, and she and Lori were dyeing fabric and dyeing some floss. This is a piece of fabric that Lori dyed. I'm not sure what the count is, but I love this fabric, and I've used it for something else. I don't remember what, but that's what I'm going to use to stitch this on. The called for colors are DMC 310, 721, and 3825. I'm going to use 2 Victorian mottos and 1 DMC, and that's going to be my color palette for that. And I'm going to do it today because this piece is only 59 high by 63 wide. I don't think this will take very long. And it's cute. And I'll make it Stitchy Witch 42. And it will be good. All right, I'm going to pause for a moment because I got to move some stuff out of the way to bring some more stuff over here. So hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I received a gift from Angie. She is Hibernation Stitcher. And she sent me this. It's You I Like, and she has made it into a little cute little card with it. On the inside she says this could be used as a bookmark, it could be used as a mug rug, or it could be used to hold some flyaway threads. I think that that is such a cute idea. And she picked the perfect fabric for me. You know, it's dark and spooky, just like me. Not only did she do this, but when I went up to Acorns and Threads, she had a gift certificate waiting for me. This community, it's absolutely amazing. I know I've said it before. I know I've heard other people who do videos have said it before. I don't do these videos so that people will send things to me, but some of you have. And whenever I have the opportunity to, the cards, the letters, the what have you, all end up going in my book so that I can look back through here and I can see who has been along for my journey, because you've all touched me so very, very much. So thank you, Angie. I really, really do like this. And thank you so much for the gift certificate. You didn't have to, but it was used. So now the question. Did you watch the video that I put up about First Thursday meetup at Acorns and Threads last Thursday? Oh my God. When we started doing those meetups, we were going to do them from 1 to 4 p.m. And over the past 2 years, we end up getting there earlier and earlier and earlier. Last month, I think there was 16, 18 people there. This month when I got there, Acorns and Threads opens up at 10 o'clock. My plan was to be there at 11. I got there about 11:09. I walked in and the room was packed. And I had, I think, an anxiety attack. Seriously, it took me about 20 minutes just to calm down from the fact that there was so many people there. And that wasn't everybody. I think we ended up with 26, 27 people. Usually, we've used 3 tables put together in the middle of the shop. This time there were 5 tables pushed together in the middle of the shop and 1 outside. People brought their own chairs, which is a good thing because we just about ran out of chairs. And there was so many wonderful people there. I'm not even going to try to list everyone who was there. That was part of the reason why I did the video, was to give people a chance to introduce themselves, because I knew I wouldn't remember names. There were new people there. There were people who've been there before. There were people who couldn't make it that wanted to. And there's still more people that say they want to come too. So Janine's going to need to get a bigger shop. And that would be bad, right? But there was hugging and laughter, and it was boisterous and loud. And Lisa on her video referred to it as a Thanksgiving dinner where you just keep stretching the table so that more and more people could get in, and you have this bounty of friends who are getting together, who all love doing the same thing. There were people who were walking around shopping so that we weren't all sitting so sardine-like around the table. Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, can stand and stitch in hand, which just blows my mind because I don't stitch in hand, but for her to be able to do that was just, it was amazing. So anyway, watch the video to see the majority of the people that were there. There was one lady who I knew was going to be coming to this one that I was so excited to get to meet, because I have been watching her videos and I just think she on the videos was such a lovely lady, and I wanted to meet her. And when Daylian walked through the doors, I literally bounced up and down and screamed her name because I was so excited to meet her. And she told me she had brought me a gift. And what she brought me just totally blew me away. She handed me this bag, and it had a card on it, which is somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. But I read it. Oh, card's right here, where I put it for safekeeping. I am grateful that you are in my sewing circle. Enjoy. So I opened it up and I peeked inside the bag and what she had brought for me. On her Instagram account, in the not too recent past, she showed a picture of her garden and her vegetables and some of the loaves of bread that she makes. And I wrote, "Me, please." So she brought me a loaf of her own homemade bread. And it's so good. It is so good. Thank you. Thank you. And then along with that, she gave out this cute little fob. The turtle wants to turn upside down. Maybe if I do it the other way. There you go. A little fob that has a turtle on it. So cute. Such a pleasure to meet you, Daylian. Thank you so much for the goodies that you gave me. Blown away. The bread was so good. There's a little bit left. It won't last much longer. Mark's liked it. The granddaughters liked it. I like it. It's good. I don't think I spent nearly enough time talking with her. Like I said, I had almost an anxiety attack because there was so many people up there. And I don't have anxiety attacks very often, but that's the best way I could describe how I was feeling. I was feeling rather overwhelmed. And this is my LNS. I've been there and I've met a bunch of different people there, and I've never felt that way before, but this time it was just like, wow, so many people coming, and it was good and it was wonderful. And I didn't spend nearly enough time talking to the different people around the table because I was working on my braiding and I was trying to focus on that, and I knew if I got up and tried to walk around, I would mess it up. My story. So I made some purchases while I was up there because I had a gift certificate to use, and I picked up a waxing moon design. This is called Witch's Brew Pub, and it's actually got 2 patterns in it. The top one is Witch's Brew Pub, Pick Your Own Poison, and the bottom one is Drink Up Witches. So those will probably be done sometime next year. And of course, Mindy has her new patterns up there, and I got Hildy's brew. I was going to have her sign this one too and forgot. But fortunately, I know where she's at, and I'll get her signature on this because 20 years from now, when she's like Lizzie Kate, I want to say I knew Mindy when, you know, Michelle and Wade, Lizzie Kate and her husband. She said Wade was the one that decided that there had to be a spider in this one hanging off the witch's wand. I'm not going to do the spider because I don't have to. But then I bought another pattern, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something that is outside what I've done before. Because I saw this piece and everybody has been talking about it. And Janine, the blue flower, Night Walk Down. This is perfect. This is gorgeous. She has it on Wild Violet fabric from Kitten Stitcher. I think of nighttime, I think of blue skies. I bought some R&R linen. This is Fog Lifter, 40 count. I'm gonna do my first piece on 40 count. And I went upstairs this morning and I've got it all kitted up. I'm missing one color. I can go down to High School Pharmacy because they have a full spinner rack of all the DMCs down there. So I will pick up the one color that I am missing, and I think I will have this started before my next video. This is gorgeous. This is so gorgeous. So yeah. Okay. I have another piece that I'm going to be starting here soon. I've talked about her before. I'm trying to hold off and not start her until the beginning of the year, but she's really been poking away at my brain. So I've pulled her out. I have the fabric for her. This is Alphonse Mucha's The Evening Star. This is the one that I wanted. 145 colors. So yeah, I will be getting started on this soon. I'm going to leave her sitting out so that she can continue to poke my brain. I'm trying to hold off until the first of the year to get started on her because I would like to get some other things finished first. But who knows? Okay, we're going to go back to this being my 2-year anniversary. And because it's my 2-year anniversary, I have to do a giveaway. Last year when I did a giveaway, I decided that I would get Acorns and Threads involved, and I went up there and I purchased a $25 gift certificate, and then I made a project bag and filled it with some goodies. And Amy Loves Toads, another friend that I've met on my journey, but not in real life yet, she was the one who won my giveaway last year. So when I was up there Thursday, I told Janine I need 2 $25 gift certificates. And because I don't want to make any more project bags, there's so many people that make project bags so much better than mine. I'm just not doing them anymore. I'm not doing them. So I told Janine that I also needed to have 2 of her bags. So my giveaway will be 2 giveaways. Each person will win a $25 gift certificate from Acorns and Threads and one of these bags. I have 2 of them. Went out to dinner with a couple of the ladies after the meetup was over, and I was looking at my receipt and I realized Janine hadn't charged me for these. And I knew she was still at the shop. So I went back over to the shop and I said, "You didn't charge me for the bags. I have to pay you for them." And she goes, No, you don't. She goes, "I'm giving them to you to use as part of your giveaway." Oh, okay. Thank you. So kind of her. So very, very kind of her. So, what do I want to ask for the giveaway question this time? Please be a subscriber. Please be 18 or older, or get your parents' permission to send me your address. It is open international. Do not say giveaway or anything like that. And the question is a 2-part question. How did you find out about FlossTube? And who was the first person you watched? And whether it's the exact first person you watched or a group of people that you watched, I just want to know who you were watching 2 years ago, or whenever it is that you started watching FlossTube. The first person I watched was Vonna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. So that's it. That's all I've got for you today. Once again, thank you everybody for coming and visiting with me, for liking, for subscribing, for being part of my journey. I have met so many wonderful people because of FlossTube in real life. I have met people on the internet through FlossTube, through Facebook, through Instagram. This coming Saturday, I'm going to be meeting a lady up at Acorns and Threads from the Facebook group, The Stitchers Coven. She's coming to Oregon to visit her son, and I get to meet her. Her name is Kay, and I want to say thank you for being part of my journey. Until we meet, live long and stitch on, my friends. Bye-bye.